Hi guys, today my producers want me to talk to you about the top 6 ways to find the best salespeople. Now that's extremely important topic right now. We are in the middle of 2024, July 2024, but this topic can apply to many times of the year or all the time. But it's critical right now because a lot of companies are cutting the fat. They're getting rid of a lot of employees, and the ones that they're getting rid of are HR and IT. Those are the first people to go. The last people to go are marketing and sales, because you can't sell a product if you don't have marketing or if you don't have sales. They are the revenue drivers of your business. So finding salespeople is extremely important, because without sales, without leads, a business dies. Sales is like the blood of a business. Very important. So if you're looking for a salesperson, this is what you need to do. The top 6 things. All right, you ready? Here we go. Number 1, LinkedIn. I definitely recommend using LinkedIn. You can use LinkedIn ads. LinkedIn ads is a passive way to look for candidates. You post ads on LinkedIn. The best way to use LinkedIn is LinkedIn search. LinkedIn has millions of people in its database, and you could search through it and connect with people and send them LinkedIn messages. You could also buy a LinkedIn InMails and InMail them, and that you could do through a LinkedIn recruiter account that costs about $6,000 to $7,000 a year. You could buy extra InMails. The recruiter account, you get 100 InMails a month. If you buy more, it's about $3 a month, depending on what you negotiate. And I think to fill a role, you need to send between 400 to 1,000 LinkedIn InMails if you're gonna do it through searching. That's the active way of looking for candidates on LinkedIn. The passive way is just posting an ad, create a job description for the salesperson you need. I recommend putting in a salary range. I recommend putting in a quota, and then posting it and see what you get. That's a passive way. I don't recommend it. I mean, I recommend it, but not as much as doing it the active way by actually searching and sending messages to candidates. But if you don't have time, you could do the passive way. It takes a lot of time. This is what we do here in NewConfig, the active way of looking for candidates. The second way to find great candidates is Indeed. You post an ad on Indeed and you get a lot of applicants. The problem with that, just like LinkedIn, a lot of applicants come from India, Saudi Arabia, Europe. They're just not a fit. If you're here in these states, you need someone stateside. It could be a fit if you want a remote person, but if you want someone here stateside, it won't be a fit. So you do get a lot of applicants if you post. Some of them are not a fit. That's the passive way, again, to look on Indeed. The active way is to search. That's what we do here in NewConfig. You could do it yourself. You buy Indeed messages. The price is very similar to LinkedIn. I think it's $2 or $3. You could buy an Indeed account for about $3,500 a month. A professional account, you get about 100 messages, just like LinkedIn. They compete against each other, so the price points are very similar. That's good for the consumer. The competition creates similar price points, even though Indeed is cheaper in terms of the yearly price. It's only $3,500 a year. So that is what it is. It's a second way. That's why it's cheaper. It's not the best way to find salespeople. The best way is using LinkedIn search or LinkedIn ads. Indeed is a second best way. The third best way are the other databases. They're not as good, but they're not bad either. Career Builder, Monster, ZipRecruiter, could even post on free sites, maybe even Craigslist. They're really not that great. They could work, but the top 2 are LinkedIn and Indeed for posting and searching. Again, we use them here for searching as well. We don't post any ads on LinkedIn or Indeed or these databases, because that's the passive way. That's what our clients do, and they're not successful, hence they come to us. We actually do the headhunting. Plus, we have our own database. That's what makes us totally different. We have our own database of looking for candidates. But that's besides the point. That's a third best way of finding salespeople. The fourth best way of finding salespeople is go to conventions. There's job seeker conventions. There's candidate conventions where job seekers come for sales, or general conventions where job seekers come in your area, in your city, New York, Philadelphia, Chicago, Phoenix, LA, all of the big cities, Dallas, and you go there, and they're usually monthly. There's so many of them, you could just Google it. There's at least one once a month. There's a convention, and if the people show up, that's half the battle. That's half the game if they show up. So it's a really good thing if they show up. That's a fourth thing you could do if you're looking for great salespeople, because if they show up and they're active and they're looking for a job, they give you their resume. You can even have a booth. Every convention is different. It's between $2,000 to $5,000 to get a booth, or you could just show up there, pay you to get in and talk to job seekers there generally, and take their resumes, get their cards, give your cards. That's another way of attracting sales talent. Now, the fifth way to attract sales talent is going to your own convention. Let's say you sell knives. You go to a knives convention and you see all these salespeople there. You could actually poke talent from your competitors there. Give them your card and see if they're interested in working for you. If you think they're good, it might be a great way to poke sales talent. If you think they're good, you like their personality, you like how they mesh, you think they could vibe with your culture, you already met them. So it's already kind of like an interview. So you could see if they want to join your firm and start that conversation. Maybe they will, maybe they don't. I promise you 6 ways of finding people. The 6th way is, I'll be honest, it's a young person sport. You gotta be hungry, you gotta be ambitious, you gotta be able to take failure and keep getting back up. Many older people could do it, but many more young people are more ambitious to do it. And that's the way it is. And young people, athletes, are the ones that are used to failure, used to competition, used to getting knocked down and getting back up. And what's a combination of athlete and sales? Your sports clubs, your LA Fitnesses of the world, your Edge Fitnesses, your Planet Fitnesses, places like that. The salespeople there are usually come from a sports background, maybe used to be an athlete or a fitness trainer, and they don't have experience in your industry. Most likely they will not have experience in your industry. But if you're looking for young talent, they could be a fit. But if you're not looking for young talent, they won't be a fit. If you're looking for directors or candidates or repeat candidates. So the top 6 I just mentioned, again, LinkedIn, passive or active, Indeed, passive or active. The other databases, Career Builder, Monster, ZipRecruiter, passive or active. There's also going to conventions and going to your own conventions, job seeker conventions, and your own industry conventions. And the last one, I think, would be sports clubs would be a great way to find salespeople. So those were the 6 things. Now, if you're having trouble, if you've gone through posted ads, if you don't have time searching on LinkedIn or Indeed or those other databases, if you don't have time to go into conventions, if you need salespeople now, this is what we do. We are a search firm that finds executive salespeople, directors of ITs, directors of sales, VPs of sales, senior sales managers, customer success, account managers, farmers, hunters. This is what we do here at NewConfig. So if you need help, reach out to us. The search is free. You only pay our price if we hire the person for you. So that's something I want to plug in there if you are having trouble. But the top 6 things that I just mentioned should definitely help you if you think you could fill the role yourself, and kudos if you can. So thanks for watching this video, and stay tuned for the next one.